Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 12-Year-Old Reacts. My name is Patrick Musilek, and this is my channel. If this is the first time you've seen any of these videos here like this. Today, again, I have with me my nephew.
Hunter, hi.
His name is Hunter. He is 12 years old.
12.
12, at the moment, 12, yes. And this is going to be the second time we've sat down and recorded a batch of videos like this. The first time we listened to, do you remember any of the things we listened to? It doesn't have to be songs. It's always easier to remember bands.
Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
Sum 41.
Sum 41, yep.
Then there were...
I wouldn't really
like
expect you to listen to remember that.
Something 11.
311, yep, good job.
311.
Dang.
Wasn't that the one from Nebraska?
Yep, good job.
The weird one.
We're not going to be listening to another one of their songs today, at least. Maybe in the future. But we have some really fun things that I've decided to show you this time. We also listened to, just for reference, we also listened to a Cake song. Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping. You did not like that song, which is totally awesome. I like that. Sorry, I'm repositioning my mic here. I'm totally fine if you don't like any of the stuff I show you. I think that's really cool. It's still fun to get your perspective. So this time we're going to have a bunch of different things to listen to. But in this video today, I was going to ask, do you want to start with something that I think you'll probably like, or something that you might not like, but that will be interesting to listen to?
Might not like, but maybe interesting.
Okay. So in that case, then you have already seen the title of this video, but this will be the first time I'm telling Hunter. Hold on, my headphones are rattling. Do you know who No Doubt is?
No.
I know for a fact that you've heard a couple of their songs, and maybe even one of the songs that I'm going to show you, but we'll see. I don't know if you'll remember it or not. I think we just watched a music video once. We're going to watch that same music video here. My plan in these videos with Hunter, at least for now, is to stick with reacting to the video and the song as well, rather than just the song. Normally on my channel, I don't do video reactions. I try to stick to just song reactions because I like to break things down from like a production standpoint and everything. But Hunter's just sort of like getting to understand music a little bit more. And this is only the second time, really, like I said, we've sat down to like focus and listen on something. So we are going to be listening to some No Doubt songs. Now, I know for a fact you know some songs sung by their singer. The singer of No Doubt is a lady, and her name is Gwen Stefani.
Okay.
And so she sings that song, the crap is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Right? That one. Mm-hmm. Which, how does the rest of that song go? It's like a cheerleader one. I can't remember, but I know you've heard that one a bunch. And she sings several songs that I think you would probably know. And you do know several No Doubt songs. You do know several No Doubt songs. So last time I was showing you Sum 41, and we listened to AFI, that was the one with the sort of cool intro with the piano and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we thought that he looked kind of funny, and it was a bit more gothic-y. But then we also did Sum 41 and 311, which were sort of kind of a bit more punky, if you will, pop punky. So this is going to be going to a bit of a pop punky, mid-90s to early 2000s is what we're going to be listening to. We're going to listen to a couple of their songs. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to listen to 3 songs, and I'm going to try to include all of them in this video. However, if one of them won't work due to copyright, or YouTube doesn't allow us to have all 3 of them in the same video, but they will allow me to have them in 3 separate videos, I'll have to cut the video up or whatever, or maybe cut out a song here or there. So we'll just have to see what ends up happening, editing-wise. But my plan is to include the video and the audio from each of these songs. So the first one we're going to listen to here is their song Just a Girl, which is, I would say, probably one of their absolute biggest hit songs.
Okay.
And I'm going to look up here. So this says, No Doubt was an American rock band from Anaheim, California. So they're from California, formed in 1986. For most of their career, the band consisted of vocalist Gwen Stefani, and then a guitarist, and not that they're not important, but a guitarist, bassist, and drummer. And then it said they also have had at times a trombonist and keyboard player as well. So the thing is, No Doubt, sometimes they're referred to as sort of like the ska revival, which is S-K-A, that's a genre of music where it's sort of like punky. It's like punky reggae music mixed with trombones and trumpets and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I know you've heard songs like that. Like the most famous example I can think of, and my favorite song that would probably be in that genre, would be that song that plays in the first level of Tony Hawk, the Superman. Here I am, getting older all the time, getting younger in my mind, wishing I could be a Superman.
Don't.
Da 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 da. They got like a trumpet and stuff in there. It's like a brass section. So I don't necessarily care for ska music very much, but No Doubt is a little different because No Doubt was very popular. Like this stuff was on the radio. Their songs were on the radio, on MTV. Their music videos were everywhere. They were definitely one of the biggest bands on the planet at the time.
Okay.
So I want to look up if it says anything about their specific first. So their first album came out in 1992, and we're going to be listening to a song off of their third album from 1995 called Just a Girl. And let me see if there's anything specific about this song exactly. So it says, Just a Girl is a song by American band No Doubt from their third album, Tragic Kingdom. It was the album's lead single. It was written by the guys in the band. It says, lyrically, Just a Girl is about Stefani's perspective on life as a woman with her struggles, and also her struggles having strict parents.
Okay.
It was the first song she wrote without the assistance of her brother, Eric, who I believe is not in the band. So it says, Just a Girl received positive reviews, blah, blah, blah. The song is typically regarded as the breakthrough song that made them famous. So we don't need to go into it more deeply than that. I just wanted to kind of say 1995. So this is right around the same time as that 311 song that came out.
Yeah.
You might notice a few similarities. I think like 311 and No Doubt could have toured together very easily. They're similar enough that they could have been on the same tour. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to this and see what you think. And you may have even heard this song before, but we'll just see what you think.
Okay.
Is that good volume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take this pink ribbon off my eyes. I'm exposed.
Hold on, I gotta pause it right away. So one thing about Gwen Stefani is she kind of sings like she's kind of crying sometimes. It's like a mocking thing. Like it's
Yeah.
like because it's like she's going, "I'm a girl." It's like that's how she's singing the whole time. So it's like an intentional thing. But if you don't like it, that's totally cool.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to say before we get to this is I think you have told me in the past you greatly prefer listening to guy singers rather than girl singers, right?
Yeah.
In general.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see. I got some ladies for us to listen to today, so we'll have to just see. So, all right, let's go with it.
And it's no big surprise.
Also, look at the clothes and everything. This is very 90s.
Where I stand. This world is forcing me to hold your hand. 'Cause I'm just a girl, a little lonely. Well, don't let me out of your sight. Oh, I'm just a girl, already at my dreams. So don't let me have any rights. Oh, I've had enough to hear. The moment that I step outside, so many reasons for me to run and hide. I can't do the little things I love so dear, 'cause it's all those little things that I fear. 'Cause I'm just a girl, I'd rather not be, 'cause they won't let me drive me.
That white light on her is pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you can barely see her. I think they're doing that on purpose, but I don't know.
But they all sit and stare with their eyes. Oh, I'm just a girl, take a good look at me. Just your typical prototype. Oh, I've had enough
Okay, so any thoughts you have on that?
Couldn't really get over the way she was singing. It was very weird.
Okay. Didn't care for it as much.
No.
So I think I like that song. I've always liked that song. I wasn't really paying attention to music in 1995 enough to like hear it when it first came out. So I've just heard it on the radio many, many, many times since then, and it's been used in a lot of things. And I think one thing that's kind of interesting and different about this band is that Gwen Stefani, the singer, she did her own side projects, which I mentioned. She did that Bananas song, Bananas.
Yeah.
She is actually now, I would say, herself more famous than No Doubt as a band, even though No Doubt was like humongous in the 90s and even into the early 2000s. But Gwen Stefani herself was just as popular. And then she has been, she was married to Blake Shelton for many years. I don't know if they still are. Hey Google, is Gwen Stefani married to Blake Shelton? I think they got divorced.
Gwen Stefani has been married to Blake Shelton since July 3rd, 2021.
Oh, they've only been married that long? I think they've been together for longer than that, but they must have just got married. But anyway, she's been, I think, a judge on like The Voice and stuff. So she does things in like mainstream media a lot.
Yeah.
Hey Google, how old is Gwen Stefani?
Gwen Stefani is 53 years old.
53. She looks identical to the way she looks in this video now. It's insane how young they make her look, at least. I'm not, if you met her in real life, I don't know if she'd look that, but okay, so how did you feel about the music though? Even sort of trying to ignore her, like, did you like that like it's kind of a cool little keyboard part in there?
It seemed pretty happy and like
Happy, right? Not a downtrodden song.
we would just listen to it like walking on the sidewalk or something.
Now, I will say one thing about that song is you can definitely tell that it had like real drums in it.
Yeah.
Whereas most of the stuff that we would listen to nowadays, someone played the drums, but the drum sounds themselves are probably fake drum sounds that they put in to match what the drummer was playing. Or at least it might be half real signal, half fake drum. So that's just something to pay attention to as we listen to things. I know that's kind of an abstract thing that's a little complicated to think about, but just something to kind of keep in mind. Also, that song was all about how hard it is to be a girl and stuff.
I couldn't understand a single thing she said other than I'm a girl.
Okay.
I couldn't really understand a single thing.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll have to see in the next video if you like that one better. So now we're going to be hopping forward a few albums. Let me check what year this is from. So this is from their next album from it was released as a single in 2000. So this is actually 5 years later.
Okay.
So that's quite a while. The song we're going to be listening to is Ex-Girlfriend here. That's probably my favorite song off of this album. I did want to tell you that they have an album that looks like this. I don't know if you've seen that cover or not. I have a copy of it. But this album, we're going to listen to a song from this album in a second. But they have a song called Hey Baby that they sing that I know you've heard. Hey baby, hey.
Probably heard that.
Like I know you've heard that one, which is why I didn't choose that one for us to listen to today. I wanted to do things that you hadn't heard, even though I think you might have heard the next one. So let's go ahead and listen to, this is off their next album from 5 years later. This song is called Ex-Girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Hold on. I forgot. I gotta do
Yeah,
this.
you better do that.
Okay.
That would not be good.
All right, here we go. Acoustic guitar that was. Even though he was playing electric guitar in the video. I like the pink microphone. This is so early 2000s, late 90s. I can't even. I don't think I've ever seen this video before. This guy's in the band, the guy in that yellow jacket. A lot of the people in the video are the guys in the band.
But I should have thought of that before we kissed. I could always do it in the your ex-girlfriend. Whoa, I could always do it in the your ex-girlfriend. Whoa, I hope I hold a special place with the rest of them. Could always do it in the your ex-girlfriend. Another ex-girlfriend on your list, but I should have thought of that before we kissed. I'm another ex-girlfriend on your list. I should have thought of that before we kissed.
Did they hit the ground? Did they fly away? Come on. Boo, music video. Boo.
They died.
Well, I would assume.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what the point of that was.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? Do you like that song better than the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can understand it more.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I couldn't really understand it as much, but then I understand it. I understood it, I should say.
This one has definitely more of like a kind of a hip-hoppy rap feel to it
Yep.
with what she's doing in the verses. I really like the production on No Doubt stuff. Now, they are, like I said, at the time, they were one of the biggest bands in the world. And so for them to... And this album, I think, really helped that, you know, because for them to release an album and then not wait 5 years to release another one after their breakout album, that's pretty crazy. And I'm not sure when Gwen Stefani's first solo album came out, but I think it came out after this album. Maybe after their next album, but I don't know. So do you have any other thoughts on that one, really, or
She was very different.
right? Pink hair.
Kind of seems like a doll, you know, like a Barbie doll.
I could see that. It's interesting to see her here with pink hair because Gwen Stefani is so iconic with her sort of like white hair. Like she always has that. I've never seen her with any other color of hair. And so that's pretty crazy to see that here. Interesting that both videos so far have featured like bathrooms, which is kind of interesting, right?
Yep.
That's kind of interesting. I don't know. All right, you want to move on to the next one, which is my absolute favorite No Doubt song of all time, and I'm pretty sure will be yours too.
Sure.
Okay. So this song we're going to be listening to here is from their 2000... hold on a second. Did I screw something up? Uh-oh, I think I did.
What did you do?
Oh, no. Okay, I see. So the last song we listened to was from their album Return of Saturn that came out in the year 2000. Then they came out with an album the following year, 2001. And this is their album. I showed you a picture of it. I'll show you guys a picture of it. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the one that I think is like their most biggest selling album, and it has like some of their biggest songs on it. Their singles from this album were Hey Baby, Hey Baby, Hey Baby, Hey. And then they had a slow song that I was going to have us listen to, Underneath It All, which is a slow one. But I decided not to do that one. And then Running. And then the song we're going to listen to, which is called Hella Good. And what does it say about this one? It says positive reviews, comparisons, Madonna. Was a huge success for the 45th Grammy Awards. New categories, Best Dance Record. Hella Good was nominated for Best Dance Recording, but lost to Dirty Vegas Days Go By, which is, I think, really awesome. Best Remix Song, classical, non-classical. They performed a medley of Underneath It All and Hella Good at the ceremony. So they actually got to perform at the Grammys that year. So that's how big this record was. Let's just go ahead and listen to this. You're going to notice a huge difference here. This song is amazing. I absolutely love it. Yeah. So this is No Doubt with Hella Good. This is the one I think you have heard before, but I don't know if you remember it. You gotta listen to this one loud.
The waves keep on crashing on me for some reason.
More with the breathing. She started the last song that.
Come here a little closer, 'cause I wanna see you, baby, real close up. You got me feeling hella good, so let's just keep on dancing. You want me like you should, so I'm gonna keep on dancing, dancing. You got me feeling hella good, so let's just keep on dancing. You hold me like you should, so I'm gonna keep on dancing, dancing. Yeah,
Hey, they were playing Tony Hawk. Or no, that's not Tony Hawk. That was, oh, what's that game called? I forget. It was an Xbox game.
you got me feeling hella good, so let's just keep on dancing. You hold me like you should, so I'm gonna keep on dancing, dancing. You got me feeling hella good, so let's just keep on dancing. You hold me like you should, so I'm gonna keep on dancing, dancing.
And jet ski into the distance. Mm-hmm. Okay, so thoughts on that, and then thoughts on this No Doubt as a whole.
I could very muchly understand it the whole time.
Okay, good. Do you think that might be just because you're getting a little bit more used to how she sings, or do you think it's just that she was singing differently and better?
Singing differently. And
Okay,
better.
okay.
No Doubt as a band, very weird.
Yeah,
Feels like they jumped around.
yeah. Now, and the crazy thing to me is I did not know that this song came just 1 year after their other album, Full of Songs.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. And I think most people don't really think of their album that the Ex-Girlfriend song came from as much. They think of their 1995 album and then their 2001 album as though they're like big albums. And that Hella Good song, that album, that has like their biggest songs on it by far. So it's interesting. Now, that song I love. It's really interesting because listening to it now, that song is mixed totally differently than it would be if it was made today. The drums are really dry the entire time. I like how they feel really big, though. Like, it feels like a rock song, right? Just and then dun 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 dun, right? It feels like a big rock song, but it's not mixed that way at all. And her vocals are really loud, and it's almost not. It's mixed way more like an electronic song, right? You have that
Oh,
like synth bass thing, and then during the chorus, you do have a guitar going bom 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 bom, or some variation of that, and then but you also have this like big synth bass thing in there that feels even bigger than the guitar. So it feels like this big rock song, but it really isn't. And the thing that I think one of the things that makes it feel that way is the crash cymbals, the at the beginnings of the measures. Everything else is just very simple drumming. The whole song is very simple. And I think that you can definitely tell that were making tons of money to make it sound fantastic because it sounds really good. So which of the 3 songs do you like the most? And you do not have to like the one that I like the most, obviously.
The first one.
The first one? Because it's the most sort of like rock song?
Yeah, it was more plain too.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
And the music video was not that complicated.
This last music video was a lot more artsy-fartsy. It was very black and white, sort of noir-y, like grim kind of. What do you got on your sleeve there? Dirt?
I don't know.
That's all right. You can't tell in the video. It doesn't matter. I'll zoom in on it right now. Anyway, I think that, yeah, I don't know. So overall, do you like this band or not really?
Not really.
Okay. I didn't know if you would or not. I guess my reason with showing you this and some of the stuff we listened to last time was just because I don't think that you have seen I don't think you've ever really heard like any pop punky music like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you would like it or not, but it kind of seems to me like you're not necessarily liking it that much. And so we probably won't have you do a whole ton more of this. We'll just kind of see what happens. But it's just crazy because it was like such a huge deal. Like this kind of stuff was all over the radio when I was in high school and even a little bit before that. And nowadays you just would not hear anything like this on the radio at all. Like everything is like an electronic song now on the radio,
Yeah.
which is fine. I love electronic music, but this was the most popular thing when I was younger. And their song like Hey Baby, for example, is not like a rock song at all. It's more of a just like dancey poppy pop song. And that's like all of Gwen Stefani's stuff was like that. So, and I would almost say I maybe even personally prefer some of Gwen Stefani's stuff a little bit more, like some of her solo stuff, more than the No Doubt stuff. I don't know. I haven't really dove into No Doubt and listened to them a ton, but all right. Any closing thoughts on No Doubt? Do you want to rank the songs or just rank the band
Rank
from
the
1 to 10?
songs. Songs, then band. First song. Were we doing it out of 10?
1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
5.
5, okay.
What was the second one?
The second was I always want to do your ex-girlfriend with the pink hair and the bath where they jumped
4.
out. Okay.
And then the last one. I'm gonna say 6 because I could understand
it better.
more.
Okay. So then as a band as a whole, probably around a 5 since that's...
Yeah, 5.
Okay. All right. To me, that's pretty bad. Like I wouldn't waste my time with a band that's a 5. I only look for 8s, 9s, and 10s. So, okay. Well, that's interesting to note. If you have any suggestions for him to listen to something sort of similar to this, let us know. Again, the point of all these videos is always to just kind of show him different things he might not have ever heard before he gets to be old enough where he goes out and listens to everything on Earth. It's kind of nice to have a fresh perspective. So, all right. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you
Next time.
Yeah.